People in central Tennessee are beginning the cleanup process here after Saturday's deadly flooding. You see in the video here, more than a dozen people have been killed in this disaster. Search crews are continuing to look for anybody who may have been swept away in the water here as rescue workers have been searching through the debris just over the past few days. They're using search dogs to try and find anybody who's unaccounted for. Residents left picking up the pieces after their rural California town was scorched by those Dixie fires. Hundreds of homes, numerous businesses, libraries, and schools all destroyed here. You can see this is in Greenville, California. Got some new details coming out of Danbury, where a teenager is facing several charges in connection to last week's shooting at the Danbury Fair Mall. Police say the 14-year-old suspect turned himself into authorities on Monday. Police recovered the suspect's handgun used in the incident as well.
Morning, Margot. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. We see you're already on the go. You're in your car, and soon enough, the parents and the kids, they'll be doing just the same. So we wanted to check in with you and see what's on the forefront of your guys' mind as, kids have been learning from home for a long time, and now they're going to be back out there on the roads, the crosswalks, you name it.
Absolutely.
Well, if you love all things pumpkin spice, I will agree, then you might want to give this a try. All right, let's see. Nope, I'm out already. Cup of Noodles pumpkin spice. It's coming out this fall. You lost me. I'm done. The makers say its pumpkin spice is more like a sauce than a flavor in a soup. Still not doing it for me. Well, with colleges and universities around the country set to start classes, many are now requiring proof of vaccination cards to return to school. But not all those vaccine cards appear to be legitimate, according. Right, thank you, Angela. We'll check back in just a bit. Well, it's that time of the year, race season. Get ready to lace up your sneakers as registration for the 85th Manchester Road Race starts today. You can sign up to run the nearly 5-mile Thanksgiving race online at manchesterroadrace.com. 8:44, and we now know the name of the New Haven man who was shot and killed in what was the city's 18th homicide of the year. Police say they found 33-year-old Kevin Mills suffering from gunshot wounds on Dixwell Avenue between Cherry Ann and Elizabeth Streets around 1:30 yesterday afternoon.
You have been all over this story.
Absolutely. A source of mine, as my family, I'm a dual citizen of France. A source of mine is a reporter over in France for Europe 1 Radio. He has been sending me updates. So 4 people have been stabbed. 2 of those people do have serious injuries. Today is National Roller Coaster Day. I know a little bit about them. 4 years running where they put me on one in honor of celebrating the day. You guys are the worst. A look back at some favorite video here at Fox 61 of a ride. It's close to a roller coaster, but not quite. Oh, yep. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I'm okay, Bob. Yep, that's me. This is me riding it back in 2018, riding Harley Quinn Spinsanity. From this angle, you really can't quite tell how jarring it is, but we do go upside down at 75 miles an hour.
You sure hear it, though.
Yeah, all of New England heard it. Before we head to break, another update from Kazan, Russia. We are now hearing that 8 people were killed. The AP had previously reported 11 people were killed. That number is 8, but as many as 21 others have been hospitalized. A huge mystery in Belfast, Maine. Folks trying to figure out who is behind a 25-foot-tall duck floating in the harbor. This giant rubber ducky with the word joy on it has popped up just last weekend. And do you have any information in terms of other departments that may be on scene or some who are taking care of New Hartford? Should there be other emergencies? Are they getting help from other agencies? Hours after passing a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, Senate Democrats passed their $3.5 trillion budget blueprint just yesterday morning. It's the largest social services package in more than half a century. So it will be moving through the southeastern portion of Louisiana into Mississippi today. Sadly, we know so far at least 1 person has died from this hurricane. And as the hurricane made landfall in Louisiana yesterday, resources from Connecticut are ready to assist down south. As people in Haiti continue dealing with the immediate aftermath of that massive earthquake here at home, a health organization in Stamford is already preparing resources to go to communities that have been impacted by the earthquake. Connecticut's unemployment rate, it continues to drop, and more jobs are being added to the workforce. This, according to new numbers from the Department of Labor. The state's unemployment rate, it dropped nearly half a percentage point to 7.3% just last month. Nearly 9,400 jobs were added, and so far, Connecticut regained 67% of the jobs lost during the pandemic. Governor Lamont has nominated Charlene Russell Tucker as the new state education commissioner. Russell Tucker had been serving as the agency's acting commissioner after Dr. Miguel Cardona became the U.S. Secretary of Education. Well, the Salmon River boat launch in East Haddam is closed as DEP officials investigate a deadly boating incident on the Connecticut River. Officials say the boaters reported a jet ski adrift just after 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday. Officials recovered the victim from the water just a short time later. That person's name, however, has not yet been released. In Morris, a close call also for a group of guests headed to a wedding when the limo bus they were in overheated, and you see there it caught fire. Hartford Athletics Soccer announcing on Twitter all fans and stadium employees will be required to wear a mask at all times when they're indoors or they're on Dillon Stadium property. This would be regardless of vaccination status. Well, this morning we are giving a special shout out. Take a look at this. This is Hugh Dallas. I had the pleasure of meeting him. If you don't know the full story, head to my social media at Marge_Farrell. Hugh Dallas works for FedEx. He went above and beyond. He surprised me one day as I was going through my move, carried all of my bags up 3 flights of stairs to my apartment. I did not ask him to do that. No one would have told him to do that. It was 95 degrees out. It was much to my surprise. Tracked him down, made sure to let his managers know, his bosses know just how incredibly kind this man was and how above and beyond he was. And I shared his story on social media. So many people so excited that I was able to track him down. Hugh, you brought so much happiness to so many people, and I wanted to share this with you all to remind you that amid all the bad in this world, there are still so many wonderful people and so many good people who do amazing things out there. So thank you to Hugh and all of you other silent heroes. All right, coming up.